Well, President Obama had some very choice words about Liz Warren's attack on the U.S. trade deal. Listen.
Elizabeth is, a politician like everybody else. On this one, though, her arguments don't stand the test of fact and scrutiny.
You know what I do like about the president, though, is anyone who slights him. I thought you said it was just Fox, maybe just me. No, anyone who slights him, he goes nuts. Anyway, a lot of women's groups are saying, no, this isn't fair. Not over the disagreement, but the way the president constantly referred to Senator Warren by her first name, Liz, Elizabeth, whatever you want to call it, that evil liberal lech. He didn't say that, but you got the feeling he wasn't a fan. Now is putting out this statement. Yes, I think it is sexist. I think the president was trying to build up his own trustworthiness on this issue by convincing us that Senator Warren's concerns are not to be taken seriously. So I don't think, you get the president on a lot of things. I don't think he's being sexist. I don't think it's a bad thing to refer to someone by first name, but I mean, I let Rupert Murdoch call me Neil, but that's, anyway, just me. All right, we got Sabrina here. We got Susan here. What do they make of this? Sabrina.
Well, Neil, I know Terry well, but I have to disagree with her on this. The fact is that the progressive women's movement loves to portray society, politics, the workplace as openly hostile toward women. They love to view discrimination as lurking around every corner. And while I am no fan of this president and I disagree with him on many things, I just simply do not think that this is a case of sexism or discrimination. This is, perhaps we call it the casualization of politics today, and that's something very different.
Yeah. Susie Q, what about you?
Well, that's all right.
I couldn't resist.
Hey,
I have all these people in women lib groups coming in.
My dad
what
called
an
me
idiot.
CBQ,
Okay.
that's all right. So actually, I think it's disrespectful because you need to respect the office, and as the President of the United States, he more than anyone should know that. But having been a woman in a male-dominated industry, the only female executive, you have to pick your hill to die on, and this is not the hill to die on.
So you found that offensive?
Right. No, I did not.
Oh, you did not? Okay.
No, I thought it was disrespectful, definitely
Really?
not sexist.
Really?
I think that when someone has a position of that power, she should be referred to as Senator Warren, just like the president should be referred to as President Obama.
Oh, okay. What do you make of that on just that level alone? It's a little obnoxious, but she's not going, that is, Susan isn't going to the point of making a federal case out of it. What do you think?
Right. No, I actually agree with Susan. I think that there's something to be said for respecting people's positions of power and offices, and that's a fair argument. I think the problem is that too many on the left have sort of defined everything in politics as sexist. I mean, we're certainly seeing this with Hillary Clinton now running for the presidential election in 2016. We have her super volunteers who are out there to push back on sexism. The whole narrative is that she will be swimming up against this sexist current. I think this is very bad for women in politics. It's very bad for voters in the political system.
I think it's bad. And I think Susan hit on it. I think choose your battles. Yeah. You might be offended by that. Well, I will say, I mean, do you think the president is subliminally sending a message that he doesn't really flip over? Certainly doesn't flip over her constantly questioning him. And sometimes when you use a comment like Liz or Liz, you're making it very clear, even subliminally, I don't respect her.
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't ever support President Obama, but here I think what he was really trying to do was show that there was some rapport between the two of them, not to be offensive to her. But you
didn't like that.
What?
Personally.
Oh, I didn't like it because it was disrespectful to the office.
Is it me or are you sounding like a woman here?
If you were Senator Cavuto, I would not call you Neil. I
want you to call me Neil. I want you to call like Grand Anchor Poobah is not necessary.
Oh, and kissing your ring when I
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
It's helpful.
Yes.
Ladies, seriously, go ahead, finish that thought, Sabrina. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, to Susie's point, I mean, the reality is that women voters are far too important to this president and to the Democratic Party for him to make some kind of casual slip-up like that. I think that this is something that we should consider in terms of how we talk about people in general, but I don't think he'd be this glib. So,
well, the only thing I found heartening, ladies, out of this is that up till now it had been Fox was evil for everything. Fox was to blame, but now he's taking it out on even liberals who question him. So that was a welcome development, even though he said that loser Neely boy on Fox, which was annoying. Guys, thank you both very, very much. All right, does this